Dear children, a pleasant good afternoon to all. Dears, how did you spend your last week? How did you spend your Onam and Muharram days? I have seen your beautiful Onam selfies. Okay children, I am Hindu teacher, your English teacher. Let us come back to English classroom. We are going through the second unit of our course book. Children, do you have dreams? All of us have different experiences in dreams. Sometimes you might have dived deep into the ocean. Sometimes you might have climbed the Mount Everest. And sometimes you might have flown in the sky. Really, dreams give colors to our life. In this poem, Sarojini Naidu enters in a wonderland in her dream. Before we go with the poem, let us understand who is Sarojini Naidu.
Sarojini Naidu, also known as the Nightingale of India. Her major contributions in the field of poetry were beautiful poems. Her famous works include The Golden Threshold, The Birds of Time, and The Broken Wing. Dears, Sarojini Naidu wrote the poem before India had become free. Now Sarojini Naidu is alone in a magical land, a magical wood. Let's enjoy the poem. Once in the dream of a night I stood, alone in the light of a magical wood. Soul deep in visions that poppy-like sprang, and spirits of truth were the birds that sang, and spirits of love were the stars that glowed, and spirits of peace were the streams that flowed in that magical wood in the land of sleep. Alone in the light of that magical grove, I felt the stars of the spirits of love gather and gleam round my delicate youth, and I heard the song of the spirits of truth. To quench my longing, I bend me low by the streams of the spirits of peace that flow in that magical wood in the land of sleep. Dear children, I hope you enjoyed it. Read the poem silently and find out difficult areas. Okay, I think you finished reading. Children, do you know the difference between human beings and animals? What is the difference? Yes, we the human beings have imagination, creativity. Once in a dream of night, Sarojini Naidu stands alone in a magical wood. Can you imagine it, children? Her soul, her mind was deep in vision like poppy flowers. Children, have you seen poppy flowers? Look at the picture, beautiful poppy flowers. In the dream, Sarojini Naidu visualizes, sees glowing, means shining stars, which are the spirits of love. She listens to the flowing sound of streams, that is compared to spirits of peace. Dears, I think you comprehend the first stanza. Let's move on to the second stanza of the poem. Sarojini Naidu, in her dreamland, feels the stars, the angels of love. Children, you imagine angels in your mind? Angels come together, gather, and gleam, shine softly around her pretty, delicate, beautiful youth. Sarojini Naidu, in order to quench, satisfy her thirst, bend low by the streams in that magical wood. Really, streams are compared to angels of peace. Children, Sarojini Naidu dreams Mother India, filled with love, truth, and peace. If we human beings fill our minds with love, peace, and truth, there will not be any cruelties in the world. There will not be any worries, tensions, or anxieties in human race. Children, I hope you understood the poem. Let me ask you some questions. I think you are ready. Here's first question. What are the spirits of peace, truth, and love compared to? Answer. The spirits of peace, truth, and love are compared to streams, birds, and stars, respectively. Then comes the second question. Why are the spirits of truth compared to birds that sing? I think you get the answer very easily. Like birds that sings and spread the message wherever they go, the spirits of truth proclaim themselves. Like birds that sings and spread their message wherever they go, the spirits of truth proclaim themselves. Okay, then comes the third question. What does the poet compare the soulful visions to? Comment. What does the poet compare the soulful visions to? Comment. Soulful visions are compared to poppies, poppy flowers. It's an example of simile. Fourth question. What do the spirits of love do? The spirits of love gather and gleam around the poet's delicate youth. Spirits of love gather and gleam round the poet's delicate youth. The last question is very simple. Write it. It's a question. What is the magical wood referred to here? What's the magical food referred to here? The magical wood is, okay, correct, Mother India. Perfect land, poet's motherland, where truth, love, and peace coexist. Children, what do you know about poetic devices? I think you studied it in your 8th standard. Let's recollect it. Poetic devices in the poem. Poetic device, the first one is simile. Direct comparison of two unlike things using like or as. Direct comparison of two unlike things using like or as. ലൈക്കോ ഏസോ ഉപയോഗിച്ച് വ്യത്യസ്തമായ വസ്തുക്കളെ കൂട്ടിയോജിപ്പിക്കുന്നതിന് സിമിലി എന്ന് പറയുന്നു. മലയാളത്തിൽ ഉപമ. The second one is metaphor. A direct comparison between unlike things stating that one is the other or does the action of the other. Example, spirits of love, spirits of peace, spirits of truth. ഒരു വസ്തുക്കൾ വ്യത്യസ്തമായ വസ്തുക്കൾ അതുതന്നെയാണ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. നമ്മുടെ മലയാളത്തിൽ രൂപകം എന്ന് പറയുന്നു. Next one is alliteration. Repeated consonant sounds at the beginning of words in the same line. Repeated consonant sounds at the beginning of words in the same line. I think you know the consonant sounds and vowel sounds. A, E, I, O, U are vowel sounds in English. Repeated alliteration, repeated consonant sounds at the beginning of words in the same line. Example, Lone in the light, gather and gleam, stars of the spirits, songs of the spirits. Next poetic device is personification, giving human traits and qualities to an inanimate object. Example, the song of the spirits of truth. മനുഷ്യരുടെ ഗുണങ്ങൾ വേറൊരു വസ്തുവിൽ ആരോപിക്കുന്നത് നമ്മൾ പേഴ്സോണിഫിക്കേഷൻ എന്ന് പറയും. I think you get it. Next one, rhyming words. It's very easy to find out the rhyming words. Stood wood, sprang sang, glowed fruit, grow law, youth truth, flew flew. The rhyme scheme of the poem A B B C C D. Rhyme scheme A B B C C G. Children, what do you know about imagery? Imagery. Language that makes people imagine pictures in their minds. Imagery appeals to our senses of sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell and help us form a mental picture. First one is visual images, the images of sight. Example, birds, glowing stars, flowing streams, poppy like sprang. The other one is auditory image, the images of sound, birds that sing, flowing streams, etc. Children, the next one is olfactory image. The olfactory image appeal to our sense of smell. Example, smell of poppy flowers. This here is an appreciation of the poem Song of a Dream. The Nightingale of India, Sarojini Naidu, in her poem, visualizes a dreamland, her motherland. She earnestly longs for her mother India, being built on the principles of truth, peace, and love. The unquenchable longing for the freedom of the motherland, set up on the purity of life, is the theme of the poem. One night, in the dream, Sarojini Naidu sees herself standing alone in a magical wood. The vision of the wood was like a poppy that sprang up, and her soul merged fully and deeply with that vision. She could hear the songs of the birds that were spirits of truth. She could see glowing stars that were spirits of love, and she could sense the flowing streams that were spirits of peace. She felt like being in the paradise. Love, truth, and peace prevailed everywhere. She imagines her motherland to become someday a paradise. She wished her free India to be free from all evils of hatred, dishonesty, and disharmony. Sarojini Naidu creates a magical grove in the land of sleep, which is our mother India. She felt the presence of gleaming stars that gathered around her, bearing the spirits of love. She heard the birds sing the spirits of truth. Sarojini Naidu wished to quench her longing for the freedom of the motherland by bending herself low by the stream, which was an embodiment of peace. In Sarojini Naidu's free land, birds are the embodiment of love, stars are that of truth, and streams are that of peace. The poetic device metaphor is very aptly used in these comparisons. The poem as a whole has the magnificent power to attract the readers. The poet uses beautiful rhyming words, and the rhyme scheme of the poem is A B B C C G. Poetic devices like simile, metaphor, personification, alliteration, etc., are beautifully depicted in the poem. The poet has taken the readers to the level of supreme spiritual harmony. Dears, it's a time to write an assignment. All of you write the appreciation in your English notebook. Write the assignment. The first one, do you like the poem? Why? Do you like the poem? Why? The second one, which line do you like the best? Which line do you like the best? Why? Write it in your notebook. Okay, children, bye. Have a nice day.